In this video, we're going to talk about the magnificent moose. We're going to do a deep dive on one of the forest's most iconic animals. We'll cover everything from their massive size and solitary lifestyle to where they live all around the globe. Okay, let's get into it. But first, I got a quick question for you. If you guessed the moose, you are absolutely right. They are the undisputed heavyweights of the deer world. So, to give you a roadmap for this video, here's a quick look at what we'll be covering. First up, let's meet this forest giant and get a real feel for their incredible scale. And when we say giant, we are not exaggerating one bit. A full-grown bull moose can stand taller than most people, and that's just measuring to its shoulder. To really put that 2.1 meters into perspective, just take a look at how a moose stacks out next to an average person. So yeah, the key takeaway here is pretty simple. These are enormous animals. They're mammals, their scientific name is alces, and they are, without a doubt, the biggest species of deer on the planet. And when you're talking about them, it really helps to know the lingo. There are specific names for males, females, and the little ones. So now that we know what to call them, let's get into how they live. And this is where they're really different from other deer, because moose, well, they pretty much prefer to live by themselves. The biggest reason they're so solitary all comes down to their diet. And believe it or not, their name actually gives us a massive clue. Now, twig eater is a good start, but they eat a lot more than that. You see, they're what's known as browsers, not grazers. That means instead of eating grass, which is pretty much everywhere, they're looking for woody plants, leaves, and bark, stuff that's way more spread out. And because their food is so scattered, there just isn't enough in one place to feed a big group. They literally can't afford to share, and that right there is the key reason they lead a solitary life. It's fascinating, right? Their diet completely shapes their social life. But there is one time of year they break their solitary habits, and that's when it's time to mate. Which brings us to the next chapter of their lives. Every autumn, the quiet forest totally changes. The mating season, also known as the rut, kicks off, and things get pretty dramatic and competitive. It all starts when the bulls let out these loud calls to attract a mate. This often leads to some serious showdowns between rivals, where they'll lock those massive antlers and fight to see who's stronger. The winner gets the right to mate, but his job is done after that. He leaves and the cow raises the calf, or sometimes two, completely on her own after about an 8-month pregnancy. A moose's life is a whirlwind of rapid growth. Get this, a calf can actually outrun a person within its first week. But after just 1 year, its mom chooses it off to fend for itself. They're ready to start their own families around age 4 or 5, and they can live anywhere from 15 to 25 years in the wild. But during that lifetime, even a giant has to watch its back. On land, their biggest threats are packs of wolves and huge bears. But here's a wild fact. Their only known predator in the ocean is the killer whale. Yup, orcas had actually been spotted hunting moose as they swim between islands. So we know who their enemies are, but where in the world do these amazing animals even live? Let's zoom out. Moose are found all across the northern hemisphere in what are called boreal and temperate forests. And while the population is doing pretty well overall, the numbers look a little different depending on where you are. The grand total is estimated to be over 2.5 million moose worldwide, and it's split almost perfectly down the middle, with about half in North America and half in Eurasia. Because of these healthy numbers, their conservation status is listed as least concern, which is fantastic news. Let's drill down a bit and see which countries have the largest populations. Okay, to wrap things up, we're going to look at some truly fascinating facts that show there's way more to the moose than meets the eye. Get ready, because I have a feeling some of these are going to change the way you think about these incredible animals. For starters, we know they can swim, but they are truly built for the water. Each one of their hairs is actually hollow, which acts like a wetsuit and a life jacket all in one, keeping them warm and helping them float effortlessly. And they aren't just floating around either. A moose can swim at almost 10 kilometers an hour, but what they do under the water is maybe even more impressive. They have this incredible ability to just close their nostrils, which allows them to dive down more than 5 meters to eat tasty plants off the bottom of a lake. It's just another amazing adaptation that makes the moose a true icon of the wilderness. They're powerful, adaptable, and endlessly fascinating. Alright, that is it for this video, everyone, and thank you for watching. Please make sure you're subscribed to our YouTube channel, and I'll see you in the next video.